Hello there, young learners. Welcome to this explainer, right here on Jasim Graphs. We are just so incredibly happy you're joining us today. Yes, a really big, warm welcome to all of you. Today, we're going to talk about a super exciting, wonderfully playful animal. It lives out in the ocean, and it is just full of amazing surprises.
Let me start things off by asking you a really surprising question. Did you know that a sea lion can actually walk on land? Wait, walk? But they live in the water. How do they do that? Well, they use their giant front flippers. They can literally rotate them to lift their whole bodies up and just waddle right across the sand. Isn't that absolutely incredible? We've got so many fun things to learn today. Yep, here is our roadmap. We are going to learn what this animal is, where it lives, what it eats, its daily habits, and some truly amazing facts. All right, let's dive right in. Section 1. Meet the sea lion. Now, the sea lion belongs to a scientific family called Otariinae. Let's sound that out very, very slowly together. O-ta-rai-dae. Otariinae. Wow, that is quite the big scientific word. It actually means eared seals. Sea lions are a special type of animal called a pinniped. Wait a second. Pinniped? That's another really big word. What exactly does that mean? That is a great question. So, a pinniped is a fin-footed marine mammal. It basically means they have fins or flippers instead of feet. Let's really look at that word for a second. Pinniped. And remember, it means fin-footed. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between a sea lion and a true seal? Because they do look a little bit alike.
They do, but they are actually very different. You see, sea lions have these little ear flaps right on the sides of their heads. True seals don't have those visible ears.
Exactly. Plus, sea lions can rotate those back flippers to walk on land, and they bark really loudly. Seals, on the other hand, just wriggle on their bellies, kind of like a caterpillar, and they only grunt softly. Sea lions are also very big animals. A male California sea lion weighs an absolutely impressive 300 kilograms.
No way! 300 kilograms? That is literally as heavy as a really big bear.
Okay, let's move right along to section 2. Where do they live? Let's discover the different places across the globe where sea lions make their homes. Whenever we talk about where an animal lives, we are talking about its habitat.
Let me guess. Habitat means the natural home of an animal, right?
You hit the nail on the head. Habitat, the natural home of an animal. Let's just think about that word for a moment. Habitat. Sea lions have some very interesting habitats. You can find them living in freezing subarctic oceans, but they also live in nice, warm tropical oceans.
Yeah, you can find them resting on rocky islands, chilling on sandy beaches, and even hanging out on wooden pier docks where people park their boats.
That's right. They can be found almost anywhere in the whole world, except for the northern Atlantic Ocean. Let's turn to section 3. What do they eat? I mean, an animal as big as a bear must need a whole lot of food to survive in the ocean. Sea lions are carnivores. Wait, carnivore, does that mean they eat ocean plants or do they eat meat? Well, a carnivore is an animal that eats meat. They don't eat plants at all. They are wonderful hunters, swimming super fast to catch fresh food in the ocean. Let's remember that word for a second. Carnivore. So, what kind of meat do these big carnivores like the best? Well, their favorite foods are squid, anchovies, mackerel, and sardines.
Yum! If you're a sea lion, those are absolutely delicious.
For sure. They dive deep down into cold, upwelling ocean waters to find these tasty fish. Because they swim so much, they get incredibly hungry. Sea lions actually eat 5 to 8% of their total body weight at a single feeding.
Wow, I had no idea they could eat that much. That is like eating 15 to 35 pounds of fish in just one sitting. What a giant lunch.
Now for section 4. Daily habits and behavior. What does a sea lion actually do all day when it isn't hunting for fish? Well, sea lions are very friendly with each other. They love to hang out in a big group called a raft, or sometimes a herd.
Wait, a raft? You mean like a wooden boat that floats on the water?
Nope, a sea lion raft. It's a large social gathering of sea lions. They really do not like to live alone. They love to be together. Let's take a quick second to learn that word, raft. They are highly social animals. Sometimes they live in these massive, loud groups of up to 1,500 individuals. Can you imagine 1,500 sea lions all barking at the exact same time? They just roll around in the sand, forming a big, noisy pile in the warm sun. It really sounds like a giant beach party. But life in the ocean is changing. Scientists are carefully tracking sea lion pup counts.
Why did the scientists need to count the baby sea lions?
Well, scientists actually fly high up in airplanes to count the pups. They do this to make sure their families are safe and healthy, especially because the ocean waters are getting warmer. They really want to protect them. We have reached Section 5, Amazing Sea Lion Facts. Get ready for some incredible, mind-blowing secrets about these wonderful animals. Our very first amazing fact is about their swimming speed. Sea lions can swim up to 30 knots in the water.
30 knots? How fast is that exactly?
That is as fast as a speeding motorboat. Their bodies are completely aquadynamic, which means they are perfectly shaped to just glide right through the water. Here is another amazing fact. They can actually slow down their heartbeat while diving deep to save oxygen.
They can slow down their own heart? That is literally like a superpower.
It really is. They squeeze the air out of their lungs and slow their heart rate way down. This lets them stay underwater for a very, very long time without needing to breathe. And for our final amazing fact, let's talk about the biggest sea lion of them all, the Steller Sea Lion.
Oh, wow. How big does the Steller Sea Lion get?
A male Steller Sea Lion can weigh a massive 1,000 kilograms and grow up to 10 feet long. That is literally heavier than a small car.
We are at Section 6, Summary and Key Takeaways. Let's do a quick recap of everything we've learned today.
Let's review the big 3 vocabulary words we learned today. Number 1, pinniped. That means fin-footed mammal. Number 2, carnivore. That means a meat eater. And number 3, flipper. The special limbs they use to swim fast and walk on land.
We learned so much today. They are fast, social, and just very smart ocean mammals.
Here is a really fun question for you to think about. Next time you see a fin-footed animal on the beach, will you know how to tell if it's a seal or a sea lion? Just look for those little ear flaps and see if they are walking on their flippers.
If you absolutely loved learning about the sea lion, please like this explainer and subscribe to Jasim Graphs.
And just a quick note, this explainer was made with the help of AI. AI can sometimes make mistakes, so always keep learning and double-check your facts. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.